Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Comedy Podcast. My name is Mack Mitchell, and I'm here with Dylan Roof Dahmer.
AKA
folks.
Gatherer Biden. I feel so free right now.
You got pardoned. Pardon? Did you say to your dad, pardon me?
I did.
Hey, can I?
And I don't have very good manners, let's just say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard.
I was telling him to excuse my 10 years of legal crimes.
Is your brother? Is your brother the Hunter?
Uh-huh.
Hunter. He paid a guy in art that was his poop.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of confidence to do that. To
and the guy said this doesn't count as rent. It's
crazy. It's just I'm a Biden, so whatever I make is gold.
Yeah. Well, the Biden crime syndicate I like them.
Yeah, and I think it's like if your brother dies in war or just from cancer.
Bo? Yeah, you fuck his wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like, I don't know. I like Bidens that stay alive more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't like ones that die of brain cancer. I like ones that stay alive. Yeah. He probably got captured. Like McCain.
Exactly.
You know what McCain sounds like? McGay. John McGay.
Yeah, classic.
Sorry, rest in peace, John McCain.
Rest in power.
I think I've voted for Obama.
Mm-hmm.
And then I voted for Mitt Romney.
No, Mitt Romney. It's cool to be the runner-up.
Yeah, then I voted for Mitt Romney, and then I voted for Willie Nelson. Now that I voted for Trump, Willie Nelson, Trump. And
then we had Liz Cheney get the Medal of Freedom. I think Hunter Biden should have got the Medal of Freedom.
Yeah,
because
and Fauci, Mayorkas, all like the real true heroes that ruined our society. I mean, freed our society. Fauci,
Aerosmith, Walk This Way.
Yeah,
that's
Walk
a good
This
song.
Way.
They should get the Medal of Freedom.
Walk this way in lockstep.
Our dude looks like a lady.
Yeah, that song's about trans people, and we're big fans.
That was early. They were ahead of the curve.
Well,
I appreciate
who's that by Aerosmith?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because Steven Tyler looks like a lady now. He looks like a kind of like a suburban mom who's kind of a bitch.
And then his daughter was in Lord of the Rings. Great movie.
Oh, she's fine as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't used to think she was that hot. I was like, she's too pure.
Yeah, these elves are so pure.
She's too pure for me, for my evil. And then I was like, Liv Tyler. I like Liv Tyler.
I might become a good boy.
I might live with Liv Tyler one day, and that's my dream.
Live a good life that way.
Yeah. Should we check out these coins?
Mm-hmm.
These are
a lot of them.
Major collectibles, and I mean, think about. So, if he gets these are Donald Trump gold coins,
ducats or shillings.
Yeah, and these would be worth a lot of money. Don't try to rob me because I keep that metal close, by the way.
This is not financial advice, folks.
This is not financial advice.
This can's going to be worth 5 cents pretty soon. How about that?
That's not here. You have to go to Iowa for it. Do they have that buyback program here?
Well, you can't sell them back to Dr. Phil if you try to go in and sell them.
In Iowa,
cans
you can put cans into a recycling thing and you get 5 cents per can.
Mm-hmm.
But also they put a tax on every 24 pack you buy that taxes the cans.
I'm trying to nickel and dime the grocery stores now.
They call me nickel dime. Nickel back.
Nickel Mac.
What about the gold back? The gold back dollar. Can we bring that back?
They say that you're like the nickel Mac of comedy.
I am. Yeah. I'm like you want to be a rock star.
Like, look at this reel.
Yeah. I'm like a washed up stand-up comic who's going to come back with and put my iron fist down.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about trying stand-up comedy.
I was thinking about it. You never commented.
No, I forgot.
Only Jeff Miller commented and said, your only good joke is your Dow Jones joke.
He said that to you?
Yeah, but I mean, it was a very backhanded compliment. He's saying that I have a really good joke.
Yeah, but he's saying
at the same time saying I only have one good joke. And have you heard my transparency joke, Jeff? Thank you. No, you haven't because you live in Texas.
Where were your parents on 9/11?
Exactly.
They won't say. Their story doesn't add up.
I was there. And I know that you're a conspiracy theorist, Jeff Miller, and you talk about how it's an inside job. I was there. These planes came from the outside, okay?
My theory
I'll
is
tell you that much.
these conspiracies aren't even real. The theories themselves don't even exist.
What about conspiracy hypotheses?
It's a psyops.
Psyop. There should be a villain called Psyop.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
And he's able to control the masses through propaganda. And his name is like
Barney.
His name is like Anthony Blinken or Mayorkas or something.
The blink of an eye. Turns out Barney the whole time he was a psyop.
Oh, folks, I forgot to mention we had to fire coin shortage because DEI doesn't matter anymore, so we don't need to have a girl on the podcast.
That's sad.
What? I had to fire her because we don't need to have DEI. And also, the sad
lose
thing,
their jobs.
the sad thing that happened though is she's here from Poland on a work visa. Mm-hmm. Since she's out of work, they're sending her back to Poland.
If you don't pay your visa.
But it was fun having her around, and I wouldn't have fired her if DEI mattered, but DEI doesn't matter anymore. But rest in power.
Like Bob Dylan says.
Rest in power, coin shortage. It was a short run, but a fun run.
It's like the times they are changing, they say.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, his voice sounds good, Bob Dylan.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
he's playing him in the biopic, and I keep seeing it's in my algorithm for some reason. I keep seeing clips about it. I'm like, I'm not this captivated by this kid.
They're making a lot of biopics, and unfortunately, I might watch it because I don't like Bob Dylan. But honestly, there's a movie called I think The King or something, and Timothy Chalamet's in it, and it was really good.
Is it about Elvis?
No, it was about medieval England.
Oh wow!
And when they invaded France, it's on Netflix. You check it out.
That would give me a Napoleon complex real quick.
He was really good in that, and even though he's the gay as shit, I might watch the Tim Dillon thing.
Isn't he banging Kylie Jenner though? Ooh.
No, I mean,
oh boy,
he's an actor, so you're gonna hear, folks, in the guest episode a secret about actors that we're not gonna reveal on here. Yeah. But there's something about them that even Clint Eastwood.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So patreon.com/badcomedy for that. While we're on the subject, folks, go to the alexjonesstore.com/badcomedy, and you can help us. Even if you're not becoming a patron, get yourself healthy with the best supplements. They got the Irish sea moss. It helps your glands. It helps everything. And right now I'm doing a 30-day gut cleanse, and I have Crohn's. And this is curing my Crohn's. It's the ultimate gut cleanse formulated by one of the best companies and private labeled by the alexjonesstore.com, Alex Jones Naturals.
So I think Crohn's is a conspiracy.
Yeah,
you've been brainwashed victim mentality to think that your ass is grass.
My ass is grass, and there was like you should get a colonoscopy. We're gonna put a tube up your ass.
Oh, this is the Jodie Foster.
Hey, well, that's what all the doctors are like these days.
Yeah,
because they're all Fauci'd now. They're like,
I'm gonna put a tube.
No. I would just say no.
I'm
you're not gonna do that.
Dr. Fauci. I'm gonna put a tube up your ass.
There's a point in life when you gotta accept the consequences if you're wrong, because you gotta take a stand and say that's not going up my ass.
Yeah, but
if they
gotta check for.
You can't be that humbled by medicine. I just think you gotta go out with some respect.
Yeah, but I gotta get an oil change every once in a while. They got to check it out to make sure I don't have any new fistulas, any new assholes getting born.
You need that Midas
touch.
Because
I had 2 assholes for a while, and I only have 1. Mm-hmm. And I want to stay that way. So I let they're like, you should get a colonoscopy. Those are all the middle people behind the middlemen.
It's so middle.
Like, you need a lot of colonoscopies?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess stick a tube up
sign
my
me up.
ass. Also, when you're coming down off they give you like a 30-minute anesthesia.
Wow.
And when you come down from it,
Hard as fuck.
you're hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just crushing to yourself in the room.
Yeah. And like the nurse comes in and like I'm like, what are you gonna ask me who the president is?
Nice.
I'm like Trump.
Dumbass.
Or I fuck with him, I say Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the president right now.
And they're like, oh.
Is that right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, who is it?
Me.
Herbert Hoover? Stop gaslighting me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, give me some more juice.
Yeah, juice me up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, when I had my first experience that led to my whole Crohn's thing, I was in the hospital for like 5 days because I had this like abscess infection and shit.
Mm.
And they could give me morphine, and it ruled. I would watch Law and Order, SVU, and then they would feed me morphine. When I press the button, they would come in and just put it in my thing, and then I would float in the air and be like,
wow.
hello, hello.
This would be
Is
like a
there
blessing in
anybody in
disguise.
here?
Yeah.
And then it would go ta-ta on the TV.
Wow.
It all came together at once.
You watch SVU?
It was SVU, yeah. So there's always Gilbert Grapes going on and all that kind of stuff.
Detective Stabler.
Yeah, Stabler
Detective
rules.
Unstabler.
And is Ice Cube in that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or, sorry.
Ice-T.
Sorry. Yeah, a lot of ices.
Yeah.
Well, there's Vanilla Ice too, you know.
He's like, you don't know that you're gay?
he's like, wait. So I think this is a John Mulaney joke, but he's like, wait. So you telling me
Oh, yeah.
that this guy likes children like a fat guy likes cake?
It's
Like a fat-
Fauci's in it. Fauci's one of the lawyers. And it's a mess. That show. There's a Mexican guy who's kind of like another cool cop.
You know what's crazy?
There's the cool bald guy who's the super cop.
There's only 3 Mexican actors.
What are they?
Michael Pena,
Is that, yeah, I know who that is.
the machete guy,
Yeah.
and then there's a third one who's a cholo. He's bald and he's a cholo in every movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3 guys.
And
So-
that's all you have.
We need more. We need more
Streets.
people because Michael Pena is always the cop type in the movies or detective, and then you got Machete. He's always a cartel type of deal.
What about the lady from Modern Family? What is she?
I didn't watch that. Oh, the hot ass babe.
Yeah, and it's just like with that really old dude, and it's just like, if it's a cartoon, it's acceptable, but the Al Bundy already had a hot wife on Married with Children. Like, he had someone already out of his league, and it's like, this is getting ridiculous these days.
They should make Married Without Children now.
Mhm.
That seems like something that liberals would like.
Or Unmarried with
Because
Abortions.
they want to destroy the nuclear family. Married Without Children.
Polyamorous with abortions.
Well, I love that. You know, they were like, Mormons, you can't have polygamy. That is terrible and awful. And then so they made it get outlawed. And then now they're all polyamorous. They're like, we're gonna take that now.
You can't have more mans, just more womans.
Polygamy and polyamory, same thing. And they stole it from the Mormons and outlawed it. If I was a Mormon, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, you guys gave us shit for so long for this, and now you're doing it?
It's awesome. I just like sticking it to the man, sticking up for.
I stick it to the maniosis.
What is that?
I don't know, something from School of Rock.
Oh, nice. I was thinking, like, I'd love to see Jack Black if he was at 9/11, just like on the scene. Just he'd be like, dude, I think we got to get out of here. It's like, dude, what happened?
One thing no one talks about is how many people landed it when they jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that they need to cover. The news
like,
the
"Let's
news
walk-
has to be more
let's
transparent
walk
with us. Like,
away."
I'm pretty sure 50% of people that jumped out of the towers landed it.
And you don't think 50, you round down.
Round down to maybe one guy from the first floor.
Yeah, the first story, and that's really the only story they tell you.
Well, I was there and I landed it, so that's one.
You landed it like you were like, finally, I'm in the X
Well,
Games. You always dreamt of being in, but
I'm kind of
made it.
basing my percentages off how I survived and my buddy Davante Jones died.
Mm-hmm.
So one survival, one death, 50-50.
He didn't survive the jump.
Rest in peace to Dow.
They say it's on a bear market. He didn't survive the bear market of gravity.
I also have a friend named S&P.
Mm-hmm.
His last name's 500.
Actually, there's this guy on Instagram who calls himself 225, and he goes up and he hits on women, and then he has a tattoo of the word 225, and I think it's supposed to mean like a 45-pound bar plate with 245s on each side. It's like a common like
lifter
strong thing, yeah. But then it's like he's a little scrawny guy.
Should we become power lifters?
No, we should become like those guys where we walk around and then just like if women walk away, you say, "See ya." Like
I think I've seen one of those
it's
videos.
like, all right, have a good night.
Is one of those videos where a guy's talking to a girl who's married and it's on the beach?
Oh no, this was like in the street, but then it's just like, "See ya." If they say no, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm over it already."
We should do.
That's okay. They don't want to have a conversation.
I love pranks. We should do more pranks. Like because we did that big prank
Yeah.
where we made Dan Cass vote for Trump.
Got his ass.
Got him. Yeah,
In the
bow,
history
bow, bow,
books,
down,
yeah.
down. Dan Cass voted for Trump, everybody, and
Swung the
with our
election.
help, no big deal. With our help, Dan Cass voted for Trump. I canceled it out. He casted it for Dan Cass.
Yes, we just had to do that for our country and for the bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, we
It's-
should
it's
do
not-
more pranks.
it's nice when a prank also helps the country.
What would be a good prank to hurt the country?
I don't want to hurt the country. I like it. Well, I like
I didn't mean our country.
which one?
What about Satan's country?
No. Where's
Canada.
Where is that?
How do we prank Canada somehow?
We
We gotta totally josh those guys.
well, people don't think about they have like Alberta and some of the big provinces there.
Mm-hmm.
They have our south. You know, like that's their south of that's their
We're their Mexico.
that's their right wing. Yeah, but they're
Mm-hmm.
they're so concentrated their left wing in that little area.
Wow.
I bet those guys over in Alberta, which is huge, and some other places, would just be like, yeah, we want to be in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Trudeau. Fuck Trudeau. He has like 15% approval rating
It's the black population, right?
because he did blackface.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they don't like him.
It's almost like
Is he overcompensating for doing blackface by implementing all this like very
you have to be the most ethical person ever.
well?
If you're coming back from a blackface scandal,
Yeah,
he's I
over
know.
he's overcorrecting by putting people in jail for social media posts.
Like when I was a
You know-
senior and they're like, Dylan, you cannot use this for the yearbook. It's like, okay.
On my yearbook thing, it was the quote was, "Let's take down the globalist transhumanist agenda." Yeah, I'm actually Alex Jones's son. I didn't tell you that.
Mine was saying, shit. And they're like, "You can't use
Chicago."
this either, by the way. I said, fuck.
You know that in the last year, 1 in 20 deaths in Canada were euthanasia.
Oh, wow.
You're allowed to elect to be killed if you're like depressed or like
Is that real fact?
yeah.
So that's like suicide?
Well, they let you.
Or-
It's you go to a doctor and they do it for you.
That's 1 in 20?
Yeah, it's
Surprised it's not more up there.
it's the most like obvious depopulation thing ever.
Wow, that's interesting. Because you could almost be convinced to do it with the right social media and
I think they
social
had
engineering.
ads for it. which is fucking
Like we can't even like
that is like
you can't advertise like
that's like
pharmaceuticals.
It's the most
there.
eugenics thing ever.
Just like convince them to kill themselves.
Like,
yikes!
Isn't it kind of? It's just wild that
that's what Kanye says that
because those are like
abortion.
Those are like Nazi things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
to get
rid of the weak people.
They opt in though.
But they're like
weak-minded.
Pretty much, yeah. They're brainwashed to do it instead of forced to do it.
That's like a cult, though. It's like these people are not. There's a point when you're not a victim anymore. It's just like you were gullible. Well, that's why you were impressionable.
That's why AJ calls it the transhumanist death cult. He doesn't mince words.
I had a cult before it was math based.
Yeah, I had a meth based cult. Yeah, compound.
Yeah, there wasn't enough interest though.
Nice.
So stupid. It was math based though.
I love compound interest. Compound interest rules.
I love when like they'll give me enough money to buy some property and we can start.
I love when money exponentially grows in the market. Mm-hmm. It's the best.
What about when debt compounds and then?
That's fine. Well, no, that's bad if it's personal debt, but it's if you own bonds, you buying the debt.
Mm-hmm.
But
debt. That's how you get rich.
Well, I think what's going to happen is Trump's just going to get rid of the U.S. dollar and be like, actually, they're gone, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to be like, we'll just have Bitcoin.
We're going to detonate them.
He's going to detonate all the debt.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like, and Bernie Sanders going to be like,
well, thank you. You
blow up these institutions. They have no more record of your debt.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
And then Bernie Sanders will be like,
I can't believe I'm saying this. I love Trump.
Honestly, just bomb anywhere that owns any of our debt, and then it's gone.
That's like
they were suckers to take.
Yeah, this is obviously all we're joking on YouTube. It's but
I'm not joking. Wink.
No, it's
I'm serious.
What movie? Fight Club. In Fight Club, they blow up all the bank buildings, and then they play the song by the Pixies.
Mm-hmm. You put the Pixies on a boombox, let off a few pipe bombs to the right buildings. And it's going to change everything. Everything's going to you're going to change the world with this.
He's talking about the Joker movie.
Mm-hmm. And just have a good manifesto, a couple hot wines.
Yeah.
It's not about the money or the rice.
Yeah. So you're talking about that screenplay you've been writing, right?
Yeah, it's Asian Joker.
Asian Joker. I have an idea about Asian Joker. He could be like,
rice, so siri rice.
Like I went to Rice University.
You want to know how I got this rice?
Yeah. It's very good.
You want to know how I got across the border?
Yeah. How did you do that? We're grilling him.
They didn't put the border everywhere. I slipped there through the cracks, and before Tom Holman got here, and now I'm here to take down Tom Holman.
You snuck through the cracks in a way, you could say.
I'm excited for a fist fight between Tom Holman and J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. Because he said you had to get through me. And then Tom Holman, he wakes up every day pissed off. He's going to beat the shit out of Pritzker.
Ding, ding. That'd be like SVU, but also like boxing would be like, let's just let celebrities fight from now on. That would sell pay-per-views.
Governors and like the head of ICE. Yeah.
I was thinking about if we had Putin fight Biden, even though it'd be so one-sided, just everyone would be watching that.
Let's do Putin versus Zelensky. Who wins?
Putin.
The actor, comedy actor, which we know. Join patreon.com/badcomedy for more about actors.
Putin would win the roast battle too.
Putin would destroy Zelensky in a fight.
He could lose any competition and still win because he's judges.
Yeah, he's big in jiu-jitsu. He's good at.
Yeah.
I mean, he was KGB. He probably knows a bunch of martial arts. But is jiu-jitsu the one where you use their weight to kind of take them down? mostly.
Yeah, I mean, like
I'm sure a lot of
these
them are kind of like that.
positions.
Yeah, but that one primarily is you use their weight to
It
flip
just
them.
be like it's all technique, like
I
it's
kind
all
of
positioning.
I kind of jujitsu Zach O'Ryan a little bit.
Yeah, kind of mental
I
jujitsu.
made him destroy himself
Yeah,
by posting that thing.
he's just he imploded again, and
And then he fled. He fled.
no, it's cool. I'm sure he won't do the same thing in Austin. You know, 'cause history, I feel like doesn't repeat itself, and people's self-destructive tendencies don't recur throughout their life. Like usually people
they
like
tend to keep
learn from
doing
their
that.
lessons, and
Yeah.
they kind of
Most
like,
people learn from their lessons, I'd say. Yeah.
yeah, and they don't have like patterns that repeat more often.
No. And I mean,
If you hold yourself back, it's like you're probably gonna stop.
most people are responsible for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they do something bad, they change it. I'd say that's
they
the majority of
realize-
people.
yeah.
Most people watch like stoicism videos and kind of
Yeah.
realize that certain things don't matter.
They like heal from their traumas, and then
Right.
most of the time, and then they like, especially when it's something that's like based on kind of just having a outlier kind of day,
Yeah.
and when it's stuff when it's like just at your worst moment, it's very public.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of stuff.
Most people are good at doing that and then learning from their lesson, never doing it again.
Yeah, like it's easy to be consistent about stuff that's like when you're in like a manic state or just like on drugs and alcohol and
Yeah. I kind of wish I was bipolar so I could go in awesome manic times.
oh man, the ecstasy.
Yeah. Because you're
yes,
basically
I feel
on
good.
ecstasy. Your brain releases all that shit. And you're like,
so
hell
good.
yeah.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm going to hit everyone up about everything.
I'm so happy and
I'm
positive.
I'm gonna fucking tell everyone about the New World Order, and then you get depressed as fuck for a while.
Hello, darkness,
My old friend. Yeah, I
Talks
mean,
about the lightness era.
if you take Molly, it's really just making yourself bipolar for a bit.
I think we should
Because
prescribe
Molly, because Molly basically it makes you feel the best ever, and it puts you in that manic state. But it drains all of the good chemicals, the dopamine, the serotonin, and then
your body stops making it as much.
I've got the most depressed I've ever been after partying is after doing Molly.
The come down.
Well, the next like few days.
And then your body's just wiped of all of those ingredients.
One thing I like is shrooms. Shrooms, the come down is the come down is actually the best. If you take it enough to trip, it gets weird when you're tripping, obviously, good or bad. But the come down is like cool and smooth. You smoke some cigs with your pals and be like, "That was a cool trip."
Who was the cool guy who was just on CNN? I think during New Year's, and they called him and they were interviewing him, and he was on LSD while he was like getting interviewed by CNN on like live TV.
That's
and they were
awesome.
talking about like I think it was Diplo, and then they were just like, "When's the last time?"
It was Diplo?
Yeah, and like, "When's the last time you like?"
Why would they hit
you
him
were-
Diplo on New Year's?
I don't know.
Obviously, he was gonna be on something.
Maybe it was a psyop.
Yeah. Well, Avicii, rest in peace.
Power.
He took a lot of the fun stuff, and then I think he offed himself when he was on one of those big come downs.
Which I think is probably the ultimate harmony.
Because think about it, he was at all these shows. I mean, whatever. Mike Posner has a song. He's like, "I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool,"
Oh wow!
which means that
That was
Avicii
after or before?
before he died,
Okay.
and then so that means that Avicii was popping he was like, "Pop the Molly, I'm sweating." Woo!
Right.
So Avicii was partying his ass off, but he probably took too much Molly, and then he had that triple come down.
And then you die a legend and a hero in a way which is fucked
The song Levels, dude, so fucking good. I want to kind of hop back into like a little bit of Skrillex and Avicii and some Nectar, bass Nectar. a little bit of dark stuff, that 60s session.
About a little bit of LSD. Those times, the 60s,
I want
those were
to
the years.
Luchin. I want some brain spa.
For sure
And
you're listening.
I
Look us up with some more gummies.
yeah. No, I bought it's like a daily microdose, but you can't take it like every single day. So you take it like 3 days and 3 days off. The amount of days you take it, you take that many days off, so you don't build a tolerance.
Oh, wow.
But it puts you in a great mood.
It's cool to like take it multiple days in a row, but be worried about the tolerance.
Yeah. So check out at Brain Spa. I still love the product, even if he's not a patron anymore.
And I think he told us not to plug it, like with his name, but it's all good.
His name's The Luncheon.
But yeah, so it's all good, folks. Just take psychedelics and remember things about your childhood you thought, didn't happen, and then they're suppressed. All of a sudden they show up.
You can heal, yeah. Also, I mean, you can take ketamine, like not hammered. You can take ketamine and just lay down, listen to maybe a meditation.
Your brain will kind of work out all of its like kind
Kinks.
of little kinks.
Like loose wires. It'll kind of put it back together.
I was wondering if you took those gummies I got you that making you into not a pedophile. Did those work or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, because I mean, I wasn't one at first.
Right. Yeah. So it's just want to make sure that
Jeff Christmas, I gave
turns
him.
out you weren't one.
It was like a whole experience I had, and they said you weren't one the whole time.
And you're like, fuck yeah. Why would I?
Yeah. Why did I even take this? Yeah. But I did give a few to Jeff Christmas.
Good.
Yeah. But I think he's still on the prowl.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Loves when his little elves are at work.
Yeah.
And I think that's not so good.
Yeah, don't go in Jeff Asmus's basement, folks. It's worse than Chris Greaves' basement.
Must love As.
By the way, shout out to the Pittsburgh comedy scene. I'm now in a big group chat with the Pittsburgh post Stephen Hofstetter Pittsburgh comedy scene. And
when I see Steve Hofstetter, I think
I love it, man.
Why is everybody heckling you all the time? I've got heckled like 5 times my whole life. Maybe you suck at comedy. I give him one of these.
Yeah.
You know what this is?
That's that's an FU. Folks, if you're on audio, he's giving a middle finger. Yeah.
With a gavel.
Yeah, read between the lines. Right?
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm America, CIA, and then Pittsburgh is like Ukraine. Or
I'm kind of looking out for them a little too much, maybe.
Well, no, actually, no. I'd say Pittsburgh is Israel or something.
Puerto Rico.
And then I'm from afar. I'm basically.
So we shouldn't support them anymore, is what you're saying.
Well, no. I mean, this is in a world where Israel's cool.
Oh.
And. So they're like my proxy, and basically everything that happens in Pittsburgh right now is run by me. I'm like the puppet master of the Pittsburgh comedy scene.
It's like being the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in a way.
I told you this in the past, but when I was a kid, I watched the French Prince of Bel-Air. It was all in French. It turned out it was the same show in French subtitles. I didn't know how to change it.
It would be cool if like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was, actually fresh. Because I always thought, I guess I like the colors and the aesthetics of it, but this ain't so. You ever feel like you're not so fresh?
Yeah. Well, not really. I'm pretty much always pretty
I don't know
fresh.
what that's like, but unfortunately,
you know what that's like. You don't know what it's like, or then you
parents
really
just don't understand.
Then you really might know what it's like.
Yeah, to be not so fresh.
You ever get ashy? I don't.
I saw someone saying that being ashy is a result of black people thinking they have to wear lotion their whole life, and then turns out it makes your skin drier.
You got to use cocoa butter, not lotion.
Yeah.
Cocoa butter regular.
We can't tell them that they gotta use it though.
Well, I'm saying even for anybody, water-based lotion can make your skin drier. If it's something else like cocoa butter, then it doesn't. So,
Butter.
the reason that black people get ashy and white people don't is we both do get ashy. It just shows more on the white dead skin over black skin.
So Blaxican.
Black
Is that a conspiracy? Is it a real thing?
Are there any of those?
What about being?
I think the head of the Proud Boys is a black Mexican.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would be proud of both.
I think he's half Cuban, half black.
That's a fucking lot of reason to be proud.
Yeah, and they're like, the Proud Boys are so racist. Their head leader is a black Mexican.
I think I'm proud of being white. You're out of your gosh dang mind.
Yeah, I'm upset that I was born white, and I don't know how to apologize.
Upset. Yeah,
I think the only way to apologize is to walk a mile in their shoes. So I think 2025, gonna tattoo myself black and become also a woman.
Jordans, get some boots with fur.
Get apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
Yeah, walk a mile.
And
walk
then
8 miles.
No, I'll walk 1 mile in their shoes, and then I'll see if it turns out there's not the truth the whole time, or if it turns out it's not.
If
bad.
you have just basically the same experience, then
yeah,
was it a conspiracy?
I'd probably get booked more.
If you were saying that you were black
female,
Mexican, yeah. I'm a Blaxican female comedian. Sometimes I see people post in like forums, like for Chicago, it'd be like, I'll be in town. I'm from Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh. They would never do
don't talk shit about Pittsburgh. Yeah.
I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
No, I'd get a direct DM from Scriva. Hey, can you help this guy get on the show? I'm like, I'll see what I can do. I'll hit up Petey.
No, I feel like destroying hecklers, though, it's like destroying somebody means kind of murdering them.
Well, he also
That's
says
not cool.
He also says he owns people.
You own people.
I've seen videos say Stephen Hofstetter owns person, and I'm like, oh, weird. You own a compound, and which you're saying you own them now. That's proof that it's indentured servitude.
I'm glad you don't rent them.
Yeah.
It might be even worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that he's gone now, I think. And then he had like a place where he was letting these people live. And then he just set them free in the cold. These homeless people.
What's worse, like keeping them warm in slavery or setting them free in the cold?
It depends how deep of slavery they were in from him. I mean,
How
I would
cold
say
is it?
I would say that Stephen Hofstetter is probably one of the worst slavers in American history.
He destroys. A comedian destroys slave.
It was like because slavery on the continental U.S. was really bad, but it was honestly way worse in like Cuba and Haiti and stuff like that. Stephen Hofstetter, this is like
Pittsburgh.
It's like so. If you're on audio, guys, I'm putting the level like kind of low right here. So continental U.S. slavery is the lowest one. It's terrible, obviously, and then you get to like the Caribbean islands. It gets a little bit higher. Then Stephen Hofstetter is the highest level of evil slavery.
You just saw that here, folks.
He makes them
the highest level,
and he would use them to not even like pick crops. He'd have them pick pieces of grass just as punishment.
He's like, yeah, here, I need some tags.
Can you mow the lawn?
Can you pick some tags?
He says, can you mow the lawn? I want you to pick every piece of grass.
They're picking comedy over there.
Yeah. He's like, make my clips.
Above all else.
Make my clips and talk and make it say I'm owning someone because I own you.
Owning someone, destroying someone, roasts heckler.
Yeah. Stephen Hofstetter might be the worst person in American history.
I just think, yeah, like
it's
we
like,
have a few candidates that are still kind of up for grabs. They're
worse.
The jury's still out on some of them.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, but he's kind of like he's pretty much like Pittsburgh Diddy.
Yeah. So he's the the ginger.
He's kind of like
he's
the
a
bad
ginger.
boy of comedy.
Well, careful. But I mean, we do need more of a diverse
Representation.
Epstein's.
Yeah.
So we have Epstein. He's a Jewish.
Yeah.
He's a Jewish one. We got the black one, Diddy. We got the ginger one,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we need a female. Well, Ghislaine Maxwell, I guess she counts. We already have a female.
Ellen's a lesbian.
Ellen, lesbian. Well, Diddy's gay, so we have that.
I heard that Ellen used to scare.
But we need a Mexican Epstein.
Like, hey, I'm named Epstein. My name is Epstein.
Epstein.
Yeah. But there's like terrible people in the U.S. history, like Dick Cheney, and like who else? Benedict Arnold, and then Liz Cheney. Stephen Hofstadter's worse.
Stephen Hofstadter.
Osama bin Laden.
You're on notice again.
Stephen Hofstadter's worse than Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, because Osama never like responded to hecklers. Even he would just kind of plow through his set and ignore them and take their power away that way.
Exactly.
Instead of you put someone who showed up to your comedy show,
They pay to go to your comedy show, and then you do a Q&A,
you ruin their
and
night.
then you ask a question that's a trap.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you guys think about abortion? And then someone's like,
They take the bait.
it's like, yeah, and then someone's like, oh, I think it's probably not that good, and he's like, what?
Oh, it's not that good.
It's not that good. Yeah,
laughs.
women don't get a choice.
Point and laugh at him, this
Yeah.
leper.
Yeah.
Tar and feather him.
Yeah. Why would anybody go to one of his shows if he's just gonna fucking? We
They
need
must be,
we need to go one of his shows to see what it's like. But I'll need to put on a disguise because he'll recognize my face.
Only to become a masochist.
He's
so I
looked
can
at-
love the pain of being at one of those shows.
He's looked into me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him peeping?
He calls me Mark.
Oh, really?
Well, he was saying that like he like knows my secret. Like, yeah, I knew
He was
that.
dead naming you?
No, that's my name.
It's pretty much dead naming you, though.
No, but he was like,
Did you say you don't
he
use
thought that was like something that would like scare me. I'm like, no, that's my real name. Also my dad's name.
He had one of his cronies like get some info on this guy.
Yeah.
Like, turns out his name is Mark.
Yeah, he's got nothing on me.
Mark.
I've got everything. So one thing I want to say is Chris Scriva didn't kill himself.
Yeah, just if anything happens in the next couple weeks, he did not do that.
No, it was Stephen Hofstadter stuffed some hot dogs down his throat. So
Check the fingerprints on the
right,
dogs.
because everyone's gonna believe it if it was hot dogs. Chris Scriva dies,
Everyone. We might.
overdosed on hot dogs. Everyone's gonna believe it. What I know is
And that might happen separately.
there's some intel, and Homeland Security and FBI is after me about this, but Stephen Hofstadter has a plan to stuff a bunch of hot dogs down Chris Scriva's throat and say that he OD'd on hot dogs
You're going to send him up in the Cybertruck.
in a Cybertruck, yeah. Or no, I think it's
Comedy Cellar.
it's gonna be they're gonna set him up in the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck.
And it'll explode
Oh yeah,
outside of...
hold on. Let me try to see how my clip is. They're gonna set up Chris Scriva in a Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, and then they're gonna have it explode outside of a big hot dog place.
Yikes. I love Oscar Mayer wieners. Not anymore.
Yeah, but just so you guys know, if Chris Scriva, if he ODs on hot dogs and blows up in an Oscar Mayer Wiener hot dog truck, it was Stephen Hofstadter. I'm telling you this. This is from intel that I can't name. A lot of people on TikTok, when I was talking about Stephen Hofstadter's underage kid and how he's gay, and they were like, "Do you have any proof? What's your proof?" I'm like, "I have sources." They're like, "Well, you can't tell the sources." I'm like, "No, then I lose all my journalistic fucking integrity."
No one will tell you any gossiping.
I have little birds everywhere, and I would never reveal my little birds, but they exist. They're around. I know a lot.
I talk to birds as well. But yeah, if
That's
I heard
pretty
that,
woke.
I'd say hot dog.
Yeah, that's pretty woke of you. You talk.
Yeah.
I talk to plants.
Well, yeah, that's reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, your
So
mom.
we don't have to talk about
Your mom.
trees and
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually saw Brian Johnson. He posted a photo of an Oscar Mayer Wiener truck the other day, and he said, "Look what I saw." And I thought,
is Chris Scriva in
now
there?
it's all It's all making sense now. Fuck. There might be a connection.
Well, what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna shoot Chris Scriva with a hot dog gun.
Yeah, so he didn't kill himself.
Yeah. Chris Scriva is a Pittsburgh comedy hero. Stephen Hofstetter is saying, "I'm going to move out. I'm leaving." That's a psyop. What he's going to do: stuff hot dogs down Chris Scriva's throat, make him suffocate, put him in an Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, which is totally believable, and then it's going to blow up in front of McDonald's.
That might be overcooked.
Yeah. But Chris Scriva,
I like them burnt.
try to stay safe, Chris Scriva, because you and the Crusher are the two legs that hold up that scene. And I want to make sure you guys are good. You have my full support from the home base in Chicago. Any strings you need me to pull over there, I'll pull them.
Yo, we relish in your comedy and your honesty.
Well, we saved the comedy scene of Pittsburgh, straight up.
And if you don't know about the scene there, catch up.
Yeah, it was the worst thing ever. I went there, and Stephen Hofstetter, everyone wearing dresses, all the guys, and they were all going on stage saying, "What's up with Trump's bad?" And I was like, "Okay, this got to end." So I deported Stephen Hofstetter. I don't know if he's deporting himself as a psyop to kill Chris Scriva, but
comedian destroys career.
Yeah, comedian destroys heckler destroyer.